I just want to talk about something a little different. Yeah, it's still related to music. So I don't know how many of you guys actually use Etsy, uh, but I think Etsy is a great way not only to support smaller creative people, and I say smaller in the sense they're not corporations, but it's also a way to support um, other musicians too that actually make devices and make things that are super useful tools. Okay, so let's look up a few things here. We'll look up SP404, and this is what I'm talking about, custom stuff that you can get. So here's a 3D printed faceplate. Let's just take a look at it and see what it looks like. This is pretty cool. So, I mean, $27, that's super cheap. Now, it comes from different countries. This one ships from Mexico. Who cares? We're just excited that somebody is actually creating good stuff, right? Or at least it seems to be. I haven't purchased from this person, but I'm just using this as an example of an opportunity to support someone, a smaller dev, and perhaps get something that cool that you like. And with his prices being super affordable, it's definitely worth trying out if you have an SP404. Let's take a look at just a few more, and then we'll switch to a different device. So of course you can buy knobs. I've spoke to you guys before about Beat Broski, getting stuff from them. I'm not trying to hate, but this is crazy. Koala's professional sampler. Someone capitalized on for that. That's a little bit much. And then of course I've shown you guys in the past that you can get like Ableton stuff on here too. So that's pretty cool. Okay. These are cool too. I never really got one, but I always was interested in it. These clips that people make that fit on the device to hold your iPad with it. I would be really interested in maybe something like that for my Torso S4. So let's see what else is out there. All right, so let's pick another device. And in fact, some people may hate me for looking at it, but I don't care. I love this device and I love what it does. So you can see the Torso S4, these 3D printed covers, pretty good. Their stands. This is really nice right here. I saw a guy on YouTube. He was demonstrating. He must be the owner. Yeah, I think he is because that's his name. But yeah, so here's a cover that acts as a stand. Now, in case you don't know this, if you bought the Deck Saver actually can be turned upside down and act as a stand too. So it's very similar in that. This one gives you a better angle, but I actually found the Deck Saver for the Torso is actually really good. And some of the other ones work really good too. I'm not sure on the one for the SP404. It's been a while. I don't have it anymore. I can't remember how it worked. But just a thought to keep in mind that if you already have a Deck Saver, try it out as a stand too first before you make a purchase. Okay, that's enough on the Torso. Let's see what else they have. Let's go MPC. We'll go MPC Live. I don't have one, but why not? Look at it. I love the MPC knobs they have from Beat Broski. They're really nice if you have the MPC Live. I have a couple sets of them that I purchased from them when I had the MPC. These wooden stands appeal to me, but they always are overpriced in my opinion. I get it, it's wood, but my goodness. And yeah, I see you have to, now this one here is built, look like without tools, you can put it together. Maybe. But yeah, it's just a little too pricey for me. When it comes to stands, I would love somebody to make one that's a little bit more affordable. But then I guess they'd be trying to use some cheap wood and they wouldn't stain it. And it is what it is. This thing that fits across the top of the MPC is a little weird to me. Just because the way it sits. If they built it underneath, I think I'd be more prone to look at something like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there because I don't have one. I like these little things that people make like this. I think it's kind of cool. If you like trinkets, I wouldn't buy it per se just because I'm not into collecting little trinkets, but I think it can be cool if you got the money to splurge and get stuff like that. Especially if you're trying to do YouTube and you want to decorate your area to give it a little more spice, I guess. All right, let's move on to another accessory that we could look at. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I doubt it, but let's see if there's anything for the launch key. Or so you can get dust covers. That's usually a common thing too. I was gonna say if you don't want to buy hard covers because they're expensive, they are really expensive. You can always look at the dust covers because that's usually what you want to do anyway, is just cover it up so you don't get a bunch of dust in your screen or whatever you have going on. So check out the dust covers. Those are really nice, and they're usually around $20, $30 at best. All right, so those are pretty good. I'm just scrolling. This is of course you're gonna see stands and different things like that and covers. Those tend to be pretty common where people 3D print them or they sell them for sure. So okay, that's cool. And then there's things like let's see what else is out there that people really like. Some stuff people just hate on, but teenage. I spelled that right. Engineering. So there's a lot of products for that. Different knobs that you can get, stands. This is crazy. Let's take a look at this. So if you're like teenage engineering, everything all about it, this is kind of cool though. You can have your OP1 or your OPXY if you have that. Your little TX6 over here. I don't think they make the OPZ anymore, but you could use that space for something else and then have your iPad. It's kind of expensive, but if you're paying for all this, you probably got $85 to splurge and get a nice stand for it. This is an expensive pocket operator case, but let's see why, if I can figure it out. Battery cover, no more resets. Huh. Well, first of all, I ain't gonna lie, this looks cool as all get out. Look at this. I do love the sound that comes from the pocket operator. It's the little ones, not the new stuff. Look at this thing. This is incredible. I want to see the back of it, but it seems like they're not. Okay, here we go. I think this is it. Look at this. Yeah. That's nice. So you don't have to look at the batteries hanging out the back. And it's thin. And they even left for those guys that love their tag up top. They left it. These buttons look pretty good. They got a little LED or a light up, whatever it is. Yeah, LED says right there. Light up top so you can see where the buttons are. This is cool. My favorite thing about this was just sampling through it and then just recording that sample into like a SP or somewhere. That was one of my favorite things to do with it. So this one is pretty good. I mean, it's expensive. It's cost as much as getting the actual pocket operator itself almost, because sometimes I think they're $50 or are they $100. Either way, it's pretty cool. Of course, you can get skins made for the EP133 if you have that. And since they recently updated and added resample, I think there's a lot of cool features they added to it. I'm still not interested in that right now, but I'm just looking at it because you never know if somebody else is. All right, and then let's take a look at one that I am interested in. Dirty Wave 8. I never was diehard into tracker stuff, but I did try out the what are they called? The Polyend stuff those were okay. They were easy to use, but I didn't like anything in it but the sequencer. That was it. So here's some Dirty Wave stands. This is like a little controller to make it easier. Let's just take a peek at it. It's a grip. Oh, it's a case too. That's pretty cool. $40 is not bad. Let me see what this one looks like. Okay. So we're just window shopping for anybody that's wondering, just looking at. But what I like about this is art. This is creative stuff, all this 3D printing. I don't know how to do it, but the guys that do it, they do it well. And it's fun to look at and explore possibilities of helping other people out too that are doing creative things, so that we can share the wealth and share the love for what they do, which is cool. I guess they make custom face plates. I did not know that. I'm still new to this, so I'm trying to just figure all this out, but that's pretty cool though. Get a custom face plate over your M8 if you have one. I know they're hard to get, and but it is what it is. For those that have them, kudos to you. All right, cool. That's enough on the M8. And let's do one more before we go. What can we look at that is pretty popular that people have? How about, let's take something brand new that just came out. Bento box. 1010. I think it's 1010 Music. See if anybody did anything for it. Not yet that I see. I'm sure there'll be some stuff up here eventually. Let's just type in 1010 Music and see what people put. Okay. So here's a little freak saver. The names people come up with is funny. Oh, they make an actual dust cover for it. Some wood stands, if you're into that. Or some of the music stuff, the black box and the blue box. This is crazy. What is this? Oh, this is for a Corrigan tea. Okay. That's pretty cool though. Yeah. Double stands. More stands. If you got both of these. Now they put the lemon drop in the 1010. So that's cool. Yeah, I hope that they continue to build on that bento. I think that bento is a pinto right now, but eventually it will get to the bento box status. And I say that meaning that a lot of devices rather coming out are actually that way right now. They're coming out half baked. I don't understand it, but I guess at some point these companies have to make money to continue to fund these devices, especially when they're small companies. That's my guess. I don't fully know. But anyway, that's it for this video. Check out Etsy.com. They do not sponsor this video, nor do I get paid to tell you this. Technically, I don't, but I just know that you can help other creative people out, and it's kind of cool to get some of the neat things that they offer, particularly stands, scut covers like this, and then this, and then also other little knobs and trinkets that could, maybe I don't say pimp my ride, but that kind of help your device become more you. So anyway, if you're interested in that, please hit the like. If not, no worries. It's just a video. We keep it pushing on to the next one. All right, I'm out.